Hello, I'm Lowell L. Train Martin, and this is MCC Today. On today's show, we have Deanna Wilson-Smith, Eric Jones, Jacob Griffith, and Casey Holliday. You're going to learn a lot, so please stay tuned.
Thank you to the teachers for encouraging me when I wasn't sure where to start, for seeing my potential even when I didn't, for inspiring me to reach farther and try harder.
Thank you, MCC. You helped me change my future.
Find your wings at MCC.
And we are here with the wonderful Miss Deanna Wilson-Smith. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Everything going well?
Everything's going great.
Now, Deanna is one of these people here at Meridian Community College because you started out as a recruiter, am I right?
Mm-hmm. If you want to go even further back, we're going to go way back. I started out as a student.
Right. Mm-hmm. You were a student here. Then you were a recruiter here, mm-hmm. and then you have progressed.
I've been here too long. I've been here long enough.
But you are now the Dean of Student Affairs, am I correct in that?
I am.
Okay, did I leave anything out with your title? Okay, the Dean of Student Affairs. And so what exactly does that entail?
That's a very good
There's a lot
question.
To it, yes.
A lot of times people will ask me, what do you do at the college? You know, I know you've been there a long time. And my response that I usually give is I help people go to school.
Sure.
Like all the things that entails, the financial aid, the admissions, records, even housing, the campus life side of it, all kind of falls under my umbrella.
Okay,
So
it must be a large umbrella.
It's a pretty big umbrella. And we've got lots of great people that help and to manage all the things under the umbrella.
Well, this is one of, is I talk about the MCC family all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And how it is so wonderful. And when you become a part of this community, and it is a community, that, we're there for the students, but we're also there for each other.
For sure.
And I was going to say, I've known her since she was, much younger. She's still very young, but much younger. And it's just been wonderful seeing how you progressed.
Oh, thank you.
But also, when are you going to be president of?
We're going to hang out at Dean of Student Affairs for a little bit. I probably need to master some things there. But we do have a great group in Student Affairs. And I know you said family, but we really do function as a family.
Sure.
We trust each other. And it's just like a normal family where one day everything's great and the other day, your brother or sister might be getting on your nerves a little bit, but you still love them and you work through it. So, we love our folks in Student Affairs.
Now, today you're here to talk about something that's coming on the horizon. It'll be here soon.
Very quickly.
Something that many people have been striving for a while. And what is that?
It's my most favorite day. It's graduation day.
Oh my goodness, which will be May
12th.
May
It's Friday, May 12th at the Evangel Temple.
Okay.
We're going to have two ceremonies. We've kind of split things up. Our CTE students, ADN nursing, and health ed, their ceremony will be at 11.
Okay.
And then our university transfer students will be at 3 o'clock. I will say that this year we have more students that are actually participating in graduation, so I'm excited about that. We have a larger number for that 11 o'clock graduation than the 3 o'clock. So I would recommend, it's at Evangel Temple, which is a beautiful facility, and we're so thankful that they let us use it. If you can carpool, though, to try to do that, that would help us out a little bit as far as the parking. And that's another reason that we kind of split the ceremony, too, so that we can provide a safe traffic environment for everyone as well.
Well, I will say, as a person who has participated in one of the undivided graduations that, went on Oh my goodness.
You're thinking about when we used to do it at Ray Stadium, when it was outside.
Oh my goodness.
It might have been a little
my
warmer
goodness.
than you wanted it to be.
It was a little warmer, but oh my goodness, I was so thrilled that we separated it a little bit, and it makes it more convenient. I will say this though, I have always been impressed with the way both campus police and the police direct traffic and have things going in and out of Evangel Temple.
Our chief of police, they're already in contact with Lauderdale County, City
Yes.
of Meridian, so that traffic flow will be good that day. We take all those things into consideration when we're choosing the date, the time, all the things.
Now, we talk a lot about students coming here at Meridian Community College, but why is it important that they get their AA degree, or they complete their AA degree and hopefully go through graduation?
I think it's important because you've earned that. Like even if your plan is to transfer and go to Mississippi State or to a bigger university, why not go ahead and get that associate's when you leave? Because nobody can ever take that away from you.
Nope.
And that's what I say about education in general. Nobody can ever take that away from you.
Cannot be repossessed.
And especially, that's exactly right. And especially if you've already taken those classes and maybe you just need one more, why not do that? And another reason I love graduation day so much is that we have so many students that maybe are first-gen students. This is the first time anybody in their family has graduated, and it's a big deal. It's a big day for everybody, and it's because it is, and I know this is going to sound cliche, but I really believe this, that MCC and the degrees, certificates that students are earning here, I mean, they're life-changing for students. They can change, their whole trajectory there.
Yes.
I mean, it's life-changing.
I was talking to a student the other day, and it's because we're at the end of the semester. There's a lot going on. There's stuff due. You're stressed.
It's all coming at one
all
time.
coming at once, and and she is in her last semester of the nursing program. Single parent, single mom, and she's like, I know what this is going to do for me and my kids.
Man, and it will.
And it will.
And that I had that same exact this time last year, I had a really good friend of mine that we graduated the same year. She went to a different high school, but she came to MCC, but then life happened, and she left MCC for a while, and she was working at a local hospital, and they encouraged her, you need to go back to school. You need to go back to school. And I was like, yeah, they're right. You need to go back to school. And so she came back to school much, later in life, had 3 kids, working 2 part-time jobs, and, busted it those 2.5 years. And there were tough times in those, and I was like, eye on the prize, eye on the prize. And it was just so, I loved that day so much to be able to, but we have so many stories like that.
Yes.
And I get to say the names at graduation, which I do not take that lightly. And I want to say everybody's name correctly, but I get to say the names, and I love that. And I told her, I thought I was going to be able to keep it together, but when she came out, my voice cracked saying her name, and thankfully she didn't care. But I was proud, And we have so many stories.
We have so many stories like that. But I think with the graduation and with the AA degree is yes, you do have plans, but as you said before, life happens, and so you do plan to go to a 4-year university, but hey, get this 2-year degree under your belt. Get this piece, this certificate, not certificate, what am I saying? The diploma, where you've got that, you can put it up wherever you want to, but at least you've got your AA degree.
Yes.
And you might not get the timetable for your 4-year degree, but at least you've got that AA degree, and that will mean more as far as earning power and stuff. Yes.
Yes, and there's so many times, because I was in advising for years as well. When I talk to students and non-traditional students, we're talking about students that life has happened, they've got kids, they're working, and I always say, okay, we'll start with one class, because you can either be 2 years from now and have 15 classes under your belt, or you can be 2 years from now and be in the exact same spot. We can at least be working, towards something.
Right.
So
So when is graduation again?
Graduation is Friday, May 12th. We'll have 2 ceremonies. We have letters going out this week. We have emails going out this week to students where they can, have more information on the details of the day. Our registrar office does a great job handling everything graduation. There's a phone number there that they can call, and if they do have questions, we'll be glad to answer those for them. I feel like I probably talked too long.
No, it's okay. Listen, thank you so much for being
Thank you.
on the show.
I enjoyed it.
We'll be right back.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
And we are here with Mr. Eric Jones and Jacob Griffith, right? How are y'all doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Look very happy to be on the show, right?
Oh, yes. This is right up our alley.
This is your first choice of what to do on a Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Now, y'all are both in the welding program here, are teaching the welding program here. Okay,
Sometimes we feel like we're in it.
Yeah.
But now the welding program, which is a great program, and a lot of people, we've been really talking about this a good bit, but to get into the welding program, what kind of prerequisites do you have to have? Do you have to have any prerequisites, a certain ACT score, or do you have to have taken a few classes?
There are some. You have to have a 16 on the ACT.
Okay.
We have the acuplacer. I don't know the acuplacer scores right offhand. So if you haven't taken the ACT, you can take the acuplacer.
And the first time taking the acuplacer is free.
Free here at the college.
Yes, here at the college,
And then if they have taken some classes, we'll accept those. If they've had a C or higher in those classes. And then there's other ways they can get into. So if they don't meet those requirements, they can come and speak with us, both instructors, and if we feel like they would be successful, we can sign off on them.
Okay. Well, if they have taken some classes, as you said, that you will accept those because they can use these, the welding and some of these other classes for their AA degree, right?
Yes.
If they want.
Dual enrollment students, a lot of times will have Comp 1, Comp 2. They may have taken college algebra, psychology, some of those classes like that, and those will you could actually end up with a 2-year degree in 1 year.
Okay.
So be a step ahead if you had all of the general ed classes that you would need for a AA. So.
I wish that they'd offered those kind of dual enrollment stuff when I was in high school. All the time I'm like, why wasn't that offered 40 million years ago when I was ready to, because I was very gung-ho and ready to take this and all of that. But now, how many new students do you accept into your program each year?
We take in 30 every year, 15 in each class.
Okay.
And it's only in the fall when we take in new students.
Okay, so you do not accept anybody in the spring.
We don't.
But now in the fall, what sort of things do they have to do? You had said they have to have at least a 16 or equivalent in the acuplacer. Possibly if they had some other classes, that's fine, but they need to come in. Do they need to come and talk to you beforehand?
We would prefer them to. They don't necessarily have to, but we'd prefer them come talk to us just so we can kind of give them an idea of what they're getting into, Because if it's someone that don't like the heat, don't like the cold, don't like to get dirty,
guess what?
That's not where they need to be.
Okay.
So if we can get them to understand that to begin with, they may not waste, their time.
Sure.
So we prefer them to come talk to us just so we can kind of let them know this is kind of what you're getting into. These will be your opportunities, when you finish.
Okay. Now you had said before that you have a 1-year certificate, and what will that 1-year certificate, as far as job opportunities, what will that 1-year certificate get your students?
That'll get you in the door, entry-level employment at a structural steel fabrication shop or the shipyard, or possibly even a turnaround company or a contractor that works in paper mills and that's doing structural boilermaker kind of work.
So that will get you in the door, but I mean, really, as with any of these, the experience
Correct.
is going to help you as improve your salaries and improve a lot of other things.
And we've got some guys right now that are going to have like 7.5, almost 8 months of experience came in our program that have been working a job. We've got some that work at Structural Steel, and we've got some at Fairbanks Scale Manufacturing. They're going to have 8 years of, not 8 years, 8 months of work-related experience upon graduation that they can put on a resume. They've already been working in that job.
Right. Excellent.
So either they'll get an option to stay, or if they don't stay at that particular company, they may go to another company, and then they got that experience. And if anybody looks at that resume and sees that they had a 16-hour-a-day workload,
They'll be doing well.
Yes.
Well, now, is it better for them to go ahead and get an AA degree? Does that help their employment opportunities?
It's a lot better for them when they're 18 than when they're 25 or 26. And if they change their mind and decide they want to go back to school, they're already one step ahead.
Excellent. Okay. And now, do you have anybody that goes beyond the AA degree? Do you have? Is there a 4-year degree? Is there?
They do have where it'll transfer now to either Southern Miss or Mississippi State. I believe it's the BAS degree.
Okay.
In industrial technology. So far, we haven't, since they've been offering that, we haven't had any to transfer to that.
Okay. What's the benefit of getting the 4-year degree?
There's some students go through, not necessarily a Bachelor of Science, but I've got a friend, a colleague / I guess you'd call it, that works at Mississippi State, and they got students coming out of their program getting engineering jobs without an engineering degree. So that's depends on if you want to per se work every day, or if you'd be more satisfied in with the work experience, and then maybe in an office, or not
Doing
really
more
working,
managerial?
not really working on your tools every day.
Okay. Okay. Now, when someone finishes your program, what kind of job opportunities are out there for them now?
In the last 3 months, we've probably had 13 companies all together in the shop. Most of them need anywhere from 30 to 500 welders, and the starting pay rates anywhere from $14 to $22 an hour, depending on where they test in. That's right here within 45 minutes of the college.
Okay, so they're actually coming to you, trying to get these students to go ahead and commit to them without them having completed their degree.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And you said the salary ranges, you said $14 to
$22
to
an hour.
$22,
starting out.
and that depends. Okay, and as you said, that will go up the more experience they have.
And there are some options out there that pay a little more than that, starting out 26 and $28 an hour, but they're not right here local. That's going to be something where there's some travel involved, and the working conditions are a little bit more harsh, I guess you would call it. So.
But with this degree, you could literally go anywhere.
Yes,
Anywhere.
you could
You could literally go anywhere, making huge amounts of money if you so desire.
And there's a lot of different avenues they can take. Just taking our August to May, just taking that part of it, there's so many different avenues they can go with it. There's different, like a CWI, which is a Certified Welding Inspector, they could, after they get so many years of experience, they can go and take those classes and those tests, and their pay is going to go through the roof doing that.
Again, I will say, why don't they do that for English teachers?
Yes.
I have never had anything saying your pay will go through the roof.
Right.
It's all about choices, and
Yeah.
choices that you make when you're younger, I guess.
It truly is. Well, so if you have someone who is sitting and saying, okay, I don't know what I need to go into, or I don't know what kind of people are you looking for?
The kind of people that are, in all honesty, the ones that are probably most successful with our program are the ones that graduate high school and don't want to take college algebra, English comp, those kind of classes that maybe they're burnt out on high school and the rigmarole of it, and they're ready to go to work and make good money. And that's
Right.
Now, we can take a student with a 30 ACT score if he's got a good work ethic and do the same thing, and he may get a little farther academically, but all in all, it's going to be about their work ethic and what they're, they got goals. We can help them reach them,
Okay. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being on
bet.
today.
Thank you.
I'd like to have you,
You
on
bet.
again and talk a little bit more about this.
That sounds good.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first. while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
And we are back, and we have the wonderful Miss Casey Holliday. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Now, Casey, what is your position here at MCC?
I am the Director of Social Media and Events.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Okay.
I have the fun job.
I would imagine it
Yes.
is a fun job. Now, you've only been here. It's been just over 6 months, it seems
Just
like.
a little over 6 months. I came at the end of September and just jumped right in, and it's been a great 6-7 months.
Have you enjoyed it?
I have.
Was it what you thought it would be?
I think so. I think it's even better because I'll tell you, when I had a friend call and tell me about the position and say, hey, this might be something, I don't know if you're looking, but this might be something right up your alley. And when I tell you that I know other people who work here and have worked here, and they've all said the exact same thing, that it's the best place to work. And so that was really what piqued my interest. A good work environment is so important to people and especially to myself. And so I took the opportunity and the chance and applied. And from day one, everyone has been so welcoming and made me feel like I fit right in.
Good, good. It's only after a year that it really that it changes. The masks
The
come
masks
off.
come off
No, it really. And I have said this repeatedly to I've been here forever and a day, and I know most so many people on campus that this is one of the best places to work, bar none, in not just this universe, in every universe. But now, as far as social media, because I am old, and not as I'm not on any of the social media anything.
Well,
I'm
we'll fix
not.
that for you.
Okay. But why is social media presence so important nowadays?
Well, most people really utilize it a lot for their news now, and especially students. That's how they communicate. They don't check emails, they check social media to find out what's going on. And so it gives us the opportunity to not only tell our students and our faculty and staff about the different things, the events, the classes, the registration dates, the graduation dates, all of that kind of stuff, but it also lets our community know about all of the great things that we have going on campus. Because it's not everything we have is just for us here.
Right,
it's
right.
also community-wide. I just was scheduling a promotion for the Arts and Letters series, a play that they have coming up in June. And so it really is just a way to be able to get the word out. Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's just an opportunity to make sure everyone knows what's going on.
And I think that's one of and I remember, growing up and all, we had the community college here, and I knew a lot of stuff was going on, but you just didn't know what was going on when.
Right.
Unless you caught it in the old ways, the newspaper, the television, news sometimes. So when we talk about social media,
Yes.
what exactly are we talking about?
So the MCC has Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of those, and we post on those in different formats. We also have YouTube, and so it gives us the opportunity to go to those different formats and let people know in the different ways that is appropriate.
Okay, so you basically, when an event's coming up or when something's going on, you have to make sure that it's on each of these.
Yes, and so sometimes the one is more specific to a certain subject. So for example, we use Instagram more for student-based activities because I hate to tell you, but Facebook sometimes is for old people, according to what I'm told. Not really, but Instagram is kind of.
My 80-year-old mother loves it.
Exactly.
Every day she's just scrolling through her feed or whatever.
Yeah,
yes.
and so Instagram is the way that I feel like we reach our students. And then we also are able to do reels. We take all those pictures from the events that we do and we create these cute videos, and people are really into that these days. And so we're just trying to find the best way to target our audience.
Okay. Now, when students come in, they're not automatically signed up. You have to try to encourage them
Right.
as much as possible,
Yes.
and members of the community as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So, how do you do that?
Well, I think that that's a good question. We also have a lot of what we have going on the TVs throughout the college,
Yes.
also on the DAC. And so like the TVs, for example, they'll have our social media links on there so people know where to go. When we have high school students from local area places come and visit, we introduce them to our social media handles so that they can also start following it. We even give them an incentive. Hey, if you start following us, you have a chance to win this basket. And so there's different ways to get people involved and get them aware of it. College for Kids is a huge thing that we're currently promoting, and I'll tell you, it's funny. I saw a post. I scheduled something out and went out reminding people, hey, tomorrow's the big day. And a friend of mine commented under it. She didn't, she doesn't know that necessarily it was me that did that, but she was like, I feel like it's Black Friday and I'm anticipating, the nerves are so there. And so it spreads like that because people see a repeat of what their friends are sharing and commenting on and stuff like that.
Now, so when you finish work every day and you go, do you disconnect from? Do you find yourself okay?
A little bit.
Okay.
I check it periodically just to make sure that there's not something that I'm missing or something that needs to be aware or brought to my attention. But I'm very much I don't completely disconnect because it's just not possible. But it's not, I'm not sitting there scrolling all the time. Once I'm home, I kind of relax a little bit. I don't have to, I've probably seen everything on Facebook or Instagram for that day.
So, okay, you've been here a little bit over 6 months. What would you like to see as far as our social media presence?
As far as our
what,
social
you know,
media
because you're in charge of this,
Yeah.
so what, in the best possible world, what would you like to see our social media become and do?
Yeah, so I think that it is obviously a fantastic way to communicate what's going on. And so if we can get our students, our faculty, our staff to go and just hit like or to hit the share button, that makes it go out that much farther. And so it's just an opportunity for that many more people to be able to know all of the great things that we have going on campus.
Okay. Now you said you were in charge of social media and what was the other?
Events. Some of the events that we have going on.
Okay, so when someone wants to schedule something, they go through you, or you're just in charge of a set?
So like for ribbon cuttings and things of that sort, there are certain events that like a specific group is in charge of. They may come and ask questions, but I'm not necessarily in charge of that. So we have the PTK courtyard ribbon cutting is coming up, and so I'm working with Phyllis Holiday on that. And
the new Success Center, will there be a ribbon
I am
cutting?
sure that there will be a ribbon cutting for the library and the Success Center.
Oh,
absolutely.
I can't wait. I cannot
yes,
wait.
I know. I've been waiting for them to say, okay, we're ready.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for being on the show
Thank
today.
you for
This is
having
one of
me.
the last minute calls, and she was so gracious to come down here and talk about her new position here. I really appreciate it. I do want to have you on again, though,
Yeah,
and talk about this
absolutely.
some
I would
more.
love to.
We'll be right back.
Since 1996, the MCC Foundation Tuition Guarantee Program has provided students an opportunity to find their potential. Thousands of students have benefited from the program. Over $6 million have been invested in the students who learn and live right here in our community. This program is funded by individuals and businesses who believe in our students, our families, and the economic impact of an education at Meridian Community College. Now is your chance to offer support. Give today at meridiancc.edu/give.
On behalf of executive producers Tanisha Clark and Matt Milner, media mogul Josh Taylor, and student producers Atoria Crowell and Tyler Tebow Lofton, thank you for watching. Hope you learned a little bit. See you next week.